work out. Yes, Ida, we understand that that's what we need to do. But what else do we have to do to reach our own optimal physique? Let's go through that today. So let's start with the most important thing first, food. Because if you are not giving yourself the building blocks to support whatever you have done working out, there's no way that your body will be able to accomplish a progression. So food is fuel, and many times many people see it as their worst enemy until they learn to actually accept that food literally is fuel and will make you feel better, perform better, and progress better. Truth to be told, it is hard to dial yourself in when it comes to food, when it comes to what should I eat. So we, rather than really tuning into ourselves, we ask others, what do you do? And that's what I want to tell you guys today. It is not what they do or what he, she thinks that they do. It is what you have to do for you. And that is why I am very, very talkative about nutrition in my community for the IBFit app, because I think it's so vital to understand that whatever fuels you might not work for someone else, and vice versa. So even if you find it really intriguing to eat like someone else that you know, try it out, see, explore, experiment, try to see. But if it's not your fit, then go and try something else. And how do we know that we have tried enough? Well, ask yourself, how do I feel? How can I perform while eating this way? And how does my gut feel when I'm doing life this way? Because that's number 2. We need to understand our gut health in order to actually get the results that we're asking for. Because even if you're dialing in on your macros, you're dialing in and you're eating all the micronutrients that you need as well, if your gut lining, like your inside of your stomach, isn't working with you, you will actually not obtain and get all those nutrients where they are needing to be. So you have to address your gut as well as you have to address what you're putting into your body. So nutrition comes in 2, like what you're actually eating, but also how your body's actually absorbing what you're eating. And that's where that second layer of holy shit, this is too much to take care of, which makes it so unattractive to people. It's so much to go into that people lose kind of faith in even wanting to try. So that's why I want to be here, and I want to help you guys understand that it's not that hard if you just try. And I'm not saying that you need to change everything right at once, because that's most often not a working thing. It most likely will go to just shit if you try to. But if you try to like do a little bit of change for every week or every month, or just like try to really see what you're doing, you will actually really see the benefits coming along. And that will make you aware that, okay, this is what I need to do for myself. So that was number 1. And number 2, nutrition, gut health. I might get attacked by seagulls, but I'm gonna do my best to survive. They are picking on something on the roof. Anyways, guys, thing number 3 that you really should do in order to optimize your physique is to recover properly. This is going to be highly individual to you. That is why it is so important to yet again listening in to your inner self. Like, what is actually going on? What is my body trying to tell me? What is my gut feeling trying to tell me? What is my brain trying to tell me? Listen and stop being stubborn like I am. I'm very stubborn, and I have a really hard time resting from the gym because I frankly love it so much. I really rather want to be there than sit at home and do rest day activities like I'm forced to do today. But there's things, as I said before in a previous video, that you can tell when you are actually not in an optimal state in your body. It can be that you're easily irritated, it can be that you're super hungry or not hungry at all, it can be that your sleep is super off, it can be so many things. It can be that you're lacking progress, and so forth and so forth. The video, I can link it down below or up here in a card, but that's a really good solid video to look at to ensure that you're actually recovering correctly. But that is a majority. Like, it's so important to do a well organized rest day every once in a while. You have to make sure that you're actually listening into your body, giving it massages, giving it treatments like cryo or ice baths, or really just For some people, just a little bit of extra turmeric in your food, it might be a huge helper for you to decrease that inflammation that is going on in your body. But if you get your recovery in a good way, you can actually benefit greatly and see more progress. Hand in hand with recovery goes actually programming, which also goes hand in hand with workouts, which I all started with telling you guys that these are the things that you need to do to optimize your most effective workingly physique, and having control over your program, like how you are actually going to take yourself there, will be the key. So looking at program can also not only be in the gym, like what you should train at what time. It can also be what time of the year you should be on a surplus or a deficit or a maintenance phase. Do you really need to do that for the physique that you have in mind? But programming yourself and knowing that you actually have a plan of going somewhere will be one of the greatest keys that you can accomplish, or live by rather. Maybe live by is the better word choice here. But it's so important that if you're truly having a goal in mind, you cannot just think that that will happen by a fluke, because whether it's like a profession that you want to accomplish, or if you want to get better in a board game, or if you want to become better and have a better sense for fashion, or whatever it is, you will have to look into how to become that. So if you are actually genuinely wishing to look differently, then you have to make sure that you put some time and effort into looking over, okay, so how, oh wow, it's so windy up here, how can I make this happen for myself? So give yourself the chance to get a good programming in. And last but not least, I mean, it's not last, there's a gazillion things that we need to consider in order to optimize our own physiques, but we're touching the baseline here, okay? The thing that I'm going to say now, while the wind is almost taking my tripod away from me, is this. You gotta be patient. And I know you really do not like me saying this. I wonder what they are building over there. Anyways, having patience when you're going into transition phase for your physique, when you're optimizing and when you're trying new things, you also have to let it take time to let your body notice the difference, letting yourself know the difference. And you also have to just be patient, because building a physique or changing a physique will actually take time. And if your effort is not 100% during that time, it will go a little bit slower. But that it takes time does not mean it's never gonna happen. Just as much as you're thinking, yeah, one day that might be me, but if you can even think that, then you have to give yourself the chance to actually get to that point. Because in my opinion, in my belief, is that if we believe, or if we can see ourselves being in a specific place, as we most certainly can obtain that or reach that thing that we're thinking of, at least if we also give it time, if we give ourselves the grace. And giving time is not the same thing as giving an excuse like, oh, it's okay that it takes time, because if you're putting a 100% effort into that time, I mean, time will pass into that goal you have in mind. Time will pass either way. But if you're giving 40%, that length to your goal would just take a lot more time. So what I'm trying to say is this: if you actually give yourself the chance to look into your programming, your food, the way you recover, and the way that you give yourself patience and grace, you will absolutely get way longer, way faster on your journey to whatever it's you have in mind as your goal setting. Wrapping this up, there's so many ways that you can optimize your physique, but it most often starts with getting to know yourself, getting to know what you actually need to do in order to get there. So I would say knowledge is one of the greatest things that you can take on and really utilize in order to get to the physical state of being you want to be. And if you have a hard time getting that information or getting that education going in a fun way, I'm happily to take you on to the IBFit community, because we share so much in so many different aspects of life, and I really want to be a source of knowledge for you guys. So if you have been sticking around the entire video, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, because I saw like a whooping 80 something plus a percentage of you are not even subscribed. So if you feel like you want to support me, support this channel, and support the quest of helping others the best way I possibly can, please leave a like and subscribe and put that notification bell on. But with that being said, I will catch you tomorrow. All the best.